Okay, I think we're live. Let's see. We got Hmong mentality versus Twinkle and the Kerfuffles. Emphasis on some Kerfuffles. They have 3 subs, I believe. One for Twinkle, one for Sharon, and one for Swice. Yeah, so subbing in they got, I believe, looks like Lynn for Sharon, or maybe Lynn for Swice. Yeah, it's Lynn for Swice, I think. They have Recklats for Twinkle and Yume for Sharon, it seems. Then on the other side, Hmong mentality has Pierre for Bibu, I think. And that's it. The no ban Twitch is kind of crazy. Oh wait, no, it's not crazy. That's because their team was the hold up on the stream starting about like 38 minutes late. So they took 2 no bans, it seems. First pick Caitlyn, makes sense. Hmong mentality respond with a Hecarim. Okay. Yeah. Seen Jake play Hecarim in our last series. It was looking pretty good. Did not quite get. Wait. Yeah, did not quite get the win, but he was like 7-0 at one point. And then also a Thresh pick. Obviously, I think Hardy is their support, so very comfortable for Hardy, but I'm not a huge fan of Thresh into Caitlyn. I feel like Caitlyn just has a bunch of range and then can E out of the hook range most of the time. So it's always not easy to get a hook on her, but it's definitely doable. Silas pick, not really sure where their team's going. It might be a Rek'Lat's jungle angle, but who knows? And that's Brand. I know Suncat likes Brand APC, but they also have a Caitlyn picked already, so I don't really know what's going on there. So I listen to Thresh Hecarim. I mean, Hecarim ult's obviously very strong, but I don't know. I don't play Silas, so can't really comment on it. It is crazy the way people be singing up. Thresh Jhin, I like that combo. Jhin also quite good with Hecarim. Malphite ban makes sense as they can't pick Silas into it if Twinkle and the Kerfuffles were to pick Malphite here. And then Orin ban as well. Just targeting, I think it's Daddy top. I'm like 80% sure. So I think they're just targeting his easy to play, high impact champ pool. So stuff like the Malphite, the Ornn, etc. Yeah, and then they look at Mordekaiser Urgot against Pierre, so just 4 top lane bans coming out of the last 4. Pretty standard, makes sense. Maybe I'm worried more about Pierre's Singed here than his Mordekaiser or even Urgot, but not sure. Oriana, pretty strong pickup with Hecarim as well. They have the alt-alt combo. Ball delivery system. Olaf. Okay. I don't know who on their team plays Olaf. Vex. I think that's Yume, Vex mid. And then maybe it's... Is this Brand jungle? Brand support? Oh, they do have Rek'Lats. It very well could be Brand jungle. I'm just so confused or waiting to see who's taking the Olaf because I don't know who plays that on their team. Maybe Lynn. But if Lynn's on that, then I don't know who's on Silas. Yeah, I think so far I really favor the Red Side's team comp just because of the bottom 4. The Scion's like obviously very fine, just a frontliner. Can be any generic frontliner that kind of slots into that, but like these 4 have a very strong team fight oriented play style while not really lacking damage. If this is Silas jungle, not a huge fan of that. If it's Silas support, I don't know. I'm just confused about the Silas and the Brand pick, I guess, and Vex. We'll find out. Oh, there we go. I'm not really sure how this one's gonna go down. Guess we'll see in game. Gotta love spectator delay. There we go. There we go. Okay, it is Silas Jungle. Not, I mean, they picked it into Hecarim, so potentially Lynn knows what he's doing. I don't know. We'll find out. Dark One Roloff skin. Skin goes crazy. I've never seen Dark One on Olaf though, so I'll be interested to see how that pans out. I should probably get a sound tone. There we go. Directed cam. This. Olaf ghosted. Based. Scoreboard's fine. That. There we go. I remember how to do this. And let's also do that. Alrighty. We got a game on our hands. Both junglers pathing towards the top side, which is a little surprising, to be honest. I feel like a lot more is going to happen in the bot side, but I don't know. They know it's Pierre. Pierre likes to do stuff, especially on the Scion. There might be a lot of deaths happening. Executing a little bit wide there to not quite have a super winning trade. Dark One getting a little aggressive here, gets punished pretty hard from a huge combo from that Scion. Kaboom. That's good comms, Broloff. Some almost is a kill for Pierre. It still might be if he flash autos. There we go. First blood. Coming out into the top lane. Both junglers looking for this crab. Lin looking for Pierre first. Has to flash to do it. Pierre will die, but Lin should also fall here, and Pierre gets the wave, such as Scion. So, not bad. Flash and a kill for just a kill. It was a nice Jhin route, but unfortunately not quite in range of the Thresh Q immediate to secure that before Caitlyn can net out. You may given J. Kel trying to get Lin this bot scuttle to catch him back up in the game, as Silas falling behind early, not very good in the jungle. Then now looking for the mid lane, but we'll miss E, and it's not really able to get much after that, especially with the Orianna having phase rush to run away. Pierre might just get another kill here. That's 2. Pierre getting a little cheeky with the proxying, but we'll just ult back. And he does make Olaf miss a few minions there, even if he doesn't get this wave. Also doesn't die, so not the worst trade I've seen. Nero almost sneaking in another route onto the Caitlyn, but not quite finding it. Ooh, and that's gonna be Shioma picking up a kill all the way under Yume's tower. Boom. Looks like red side is gonna be looking for this dragon as Balin has had their reset. And Silas does not want to contest. Rek'Lat's getting a little forward here. We'll find a Thresh Hook and a Jhin route. Unfortunately, Hardy getting a little bit ahead of himself, not taking his cue before using Flay, but ends up getting a kill anyway. Dark One getting a good trade here onto Pierre. He does ult, but doesn't quite have the mana to follow up into much anything else with it, unfortunately. And Pierre looking for the kill here. Will pop Dark One's ghost, but not quite find the pickup. Yeah, but so far seeing some pretty clean play out of Hmong mentality across the board. Ooh, Vexel goes a little bit wide. Lin flashes to try and pick up the Orianna. Yume flashes right after, and Orianna just responds with flash to get out. So it's 2 flashes invested for 1. Not ideal, but maybe the regank is good. Dark One might find Pierre here. He will, but with Jake here and Pierre just beating on him in the corpse mode, thought he was going to die, but Jake opts to go mid here instead and pick up this kill as he knows Yume has no flash. So it's a good kill either way. And that will translate into grubs, as neither mid nor top are on the map. For Twinkle and the Kerfuffles, that is. That was a sick gank. Jake is so awesome. You're right about that. Alexi getting caught is taking a lot of damage. Shioma also taking a lot of damage on the other side of the map. Rek'Lat has roamed up. Someone's TPing from blue side as well. That's an Olaf. And Twinkle and the Kerfuffles are really hoping this topside play goes well, because they're losing quite a bit bot for that. As Lexi used both summoners and ended up dying in the 2v1, which is about what you expect. Pierre just channeling a Q in Dark One's face. Dark One said, I didn't like that. I'm ulting on your ass. And probably will kill Pierre here. And seems to get away too. Pierre autoing 2 minions, unfortunately, but I don't think that makes the difference. And then setting up for something sneaky here. But he's going to have to wait a long time if he wants this to work. Or Hardy will engage. That works too. Double box. Nero backing all the way off from this tower as he knows that is not safe right now. Pierre will pick up the return kill onto Dark One. And this is probably going to be top tower down at 11 minutes. Then looking for another cheeky gank onto bot lane there again, but will be found by Bunyan Bandit and Hardy, and he does fall. That didn't look so easy. Hmong mentality opting to start this dragon here, but might end up peeling off of that, as there are 3 healthy Twinkle and the Kerfuffles around to mess with them. Importantly, top lanes have no TP, so this is just a 4v3. Another Kerfuffle's able to really get much poke onto them, so Hmong mentality leave with the dragon. Yeah, and at this point in the game, a 5k gold lead at 12 minutes for Hmong mentality is looking a little bit maybe tough for the Twinkle and the Kerfuffles to get caught back up. But we'll see what happens. We don't count them out yet. Although that is their mid laner dead in a 1v1. And then flashing on Shioma once again, trying to get this kill to work out. And hits the E this time, but Jake is around to probably save him. Oh, just barely he falls. Good night. Dark One said, I've had enough. I'm fucking running this Jake guy down. But Jake's able to kite it out, but gets feared by the Vex. And Vex picks up a shutdown, which is pretty ideal, I'd say. As we want someone to be able to assassinate their squishies. Already trying to get a pick onto Reklats there, but ends up missing. Lin getting a little audacious here. He says, I know Pierre has no flash. Pierre doesn't have ult either, so there's a good chance he should just die here if they get any more damage. And then also gets the Scion ult before. Now the Scion just doesn't take damage, but will fall eventually. Although, as he was able to stall that long, they're getting a lot mid-tower. Lin takes that Scion ult to once again hit Shioma, but it was close last time, even without Jake. I'm not sure this is winning for Lin with this low mana. Jake tries something bot lane, doesn't exactly go the right way, but he's fine. Shioma is able to get that 1v1 onto Lin before Yume is able to get in range to help. And everyone else walks out, it seems. No, Yume is going in. Hardy hits a nice hook on her Reklats, but no one quite has the damage and range to really do much about it. Nero, nice sidestep, dodges all of Vex's abilities here. Just autos her to death. Nero still getting hit by nothing. He's going to pick up a double kill. Running away from Daddy. Has the lantern. Flashes. Oh, and Jake steals it! That's funny, but it doesn't amount to anything as they should still find this kill onto Dark One. No, never mind. It did amount to a lot. Very awkward play coming out of the side of a Hmong mentality, but overall, still in the driver's seat of this game, so not a huge deal. Let's not talk about that. Sure. Yume almost falling there. Pierre hitting the 180 going to bot lane with his ult. But Daddy will still catch up. No, Blast Cone. And Pierre's out of there. Pierre just is a massive annoyance in their front line. Nice lantern on top of Shioma's stopwatch allows Shioma to dodge that Vex ult. Jake goes in, but gets stunned and dies. Lin also dies. This looks not extremely winning for red side here, as Jin ult is not able to find anyone. And my alarm is going off. Okay. What happened? 2 for 3? Yeah, that's pretty good. The Kerfuffles are still in it. I don't know if you can call it Twinkle and the Kerfuffles if Twinkle is subbed out. I think it's just the Kerfuffles. And less than half of the Kerfuffles. That's a good point. Well, no, they got 3 out of 5, I think. Well, I guess the original Kerfuffles, yeah. Less than half. Wait, no, because it's Twinkle, and then they had 4 original Kerfuffles. And then Deddy and Lexi are 2 of them. So they got half, exactly half their Kerfuffles. But no Twinkle. No Twinkle and half their Kerfuffles against Hmong mentality. Ooh, Pierre finding that Q onto Reklat somehow. Bunyan Bandit going in on the other side too. That's just not an ideal fight for half those Kerfuffles. Pierre doing so much damage with tank items, by the way. At the same time though, Dedi is getting a decent amount in that top side. So not like a completely one-sided trade, but really not ideal. You may try to just get him off the tower, but Pierre doesn't really care. Ooh, that Genru almost landing. Maybe would have been the death of Eves. Reklat's picking up the kill on a Hardy, but Dedi should be able to just run down Nero here with the Ghost ult. And that's a lot of gold going into Dedi's pocket. Not too bad. $5K gold deficit at 20 minutes was the same at like 12 minutes, so that really is good news. But unfortunately, Jake getting involved will mean the death of their bot lane. Ooh. Shomo with a pretty clean play there. The ball not quite hitting, but W and alt finding the mark. Lin trying to sneak behind. I've seen this play a couple times, but Lin lands the E this time and has Orianna ult. It doesn't land the second E, and with Phase Rush, Orianna just able to run away. Feels pretty bad. Orianna staying is very brave. But the longer she distracts their jungler, they just get Baron, so good macro play from Hmong mentality to realize that Silas being down there, I mean they could do that. Yeah, and then as behind as half the Kerfuffles are, it's pretty difficult to try and contest that. Even if it is 4v4. Which it wasn't. Hardy getting a little low here. Oh boy, you will find a hook onto Eves. That will just be a straight up kill. Silas ult getting Jhin doesn't really do anything, unfortunately, for him in the fight. Might have meant to grab the Sion ult to CC, but didn't get the click. Oh, and Hardy will live with that bone plating. Not sure that made the difference or not. Oh. Okay, we're back. Cool. Nothing ever happened. Pierre, kind of 1v2, not taking a bunch of damage. Certainly doing more than he's taking. Now he's 1v4. That isn't quite the case, but he's still not really taking that much damage. He will just walk out of there. Jhin ult not even going towards Pierre. He knows that guy's out. Oh, Hardy with a nice hook, but unfortunately finds the baby Krugs. There was a timing there, though, before the Krugs got on the ground, that I think he was going for. You're all barely missing that W. And Hmong mentality will just be playing for their Dragon Soul here with Baron. Hardy trying to get a pick. And this should just be a very, very clean fight. Lin trying to get the dive onto Jin, just doesn't quite know where he is in the heat of the moment. And Bara Miracle Steel? Yeah, no, that's gonna be Dragon Soul. And 12k gold lead now from the 5k it was at 12 minutes to 20-ish minutes. So in the last 4 minutes after that Baron, they just got like 7k gold. So probably going to be a pretty quick closeout into the rest of this game, or the end of it. Yeah, Pierre's a giver. You heard it here first. Jake knows he can't all in the Olaf despite being quite strong himself. Just does a little bit of kiting. Bear alting in, gets the kill onto Yume. Jake might be forced. He alts in actually rather than out. The Orianna alt not quite finding anyone there. Might have been the difference, but it's just tough to coordinate. But that being said, they do get 2 kills up there for 1 kill bot. Doesn't really seem worth despite getting the winning kill trades. Here, flashing forward, wants it. As that will be an inhib down. Giving red side the angle they need. Air Force to alt out. Well, he's fine with that. Oh, Eve's hitting the Jin here is very important. Caitlyn getting shut down is also huge. Caitlyn picking up 2 kills actually. That might be even in LDR. And the Kerfuffles trying to force their lead, their advantage. But maybe a little too much as Jake is back. And that's just a dead Caitlyn instantly. And both Orianna alts coming out. This will be... Wow. That was a big... I guess that was an Orianna QW as well. But that will be a 3 for 2 on the tail end of that fight. But overall like a 4 for 3. Caitlyn, very close to this LDR, could be quite big. Just 150 gold away. Okay. The Kerfuffles grouping up to try and get something. And we'll find a pick onto Hardy. Pierre also getting a little angsty. Will kill Eves, it seems, as he just takes no damage from Vex at this point in the game. Which makes sense, but is unfortunate to see. And that brand combo did not even get Pierre's shield, and he just TPs out. Outside not able to quite get the into the game team fight I thought they were going to be able to, but have done a nice job of getting these inhib towers, inhibs, and stuff without Baron. So with this Baron that's coming up, they can probably just close it out, but they're opting for Elder, which also makes sense, but I don't think it's necessary. Ooh, Nero getting a really nice route onto Lin, and that means this is just a hard winning fight. The Olaf ult's a little tough to peel, but he's not able to keep hitting, so Olaf ult no longer. Suncat dying in the back without any help from the team, as the team's dead. Rek'Lat's running for his life, but that should be game. And that's Nero going over to help kill the Rek'Lats. Oh, they got Shioma too. I say nay. Good comms. Okay, but do you? Because, like, if it's Twinkle and the Kerfuffles, and then the Kerfuffles, like the original Kerfuffles, I think all the Kerfuffles you have are you and Lexi. Because Lin might be a Kerfuffle now, but he wasn't the original one. So it's like Twinkle and half their Kerfuffles. But no Twinkle. So it's just half the Kerfuffles. Yeah. You hate to see it. I'm a Kerfuffle. No. Nuh-uh. Lexi imposter. What? Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get my laundry. I'll be back. We're so back. Alrighty. What do we have here? I think I joined just in time for the spectator delay. Let's fucking go. Bunyan Bandit Shaco. This is gonna be entertaining if nothing else. Sinnoh's ADC. I'm not a huge fan of that personally. I've never really tried it, but I'm just not a huge fan of the concept. Should be support picking last. Rel. I don't mind Rel. Ari with Ivern might be a little tough. I mean, at level 6, they have a really strong spike. They're just both AP. Not really sure how that plays into Shaco. Ivern probably decent into it, but I wouldn't know. Rel is pretty good into Leona, I think, but maybe a little short range for Sinnoh. We'll find out. Malzahar's gonna go crazy this game. That is my analysis. Singed Pierre. Classic. Like bread and butter. Kind of like Leona and Hardy. I guess if we want to be entertained, chop some magic trees. Three minutes. Huge. What to do? What to do? I guess I could do this. Go here. Give me some load leaves. You know what I'm saying? What would they be? Oh, never mind. Check me some beehives. Oh yeah, that's good XP. That's gonna take longer than the game is. Oh well. On to the next. No, it's not its own skill. Wait, what the fuck? Okay. No, it's not his own skill. It's part of farming. This game stinks. Prepare to get banned, kid. We don't tolerate RuneScape slander. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. No, look, Mars, PB Bandit was calling this game old school RuneScape 3. If that shows you anything about PP's preferences. Stand still for the last 8 weeks I've watched you play this. Most of the time when I'm playing this, I'm also doing something else, hence right now. So it is a little hard to devote much of my attention to it. Go kill a dragon? Alright, I got you, bet. We're killing a dragon just for PP. I know we're in game, I don't care. Nothing exciting going on. No invades. Cool. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Dude, I'll hit him with the surge too. Oh shit. That was awkward. But I surged. You saw it. Oh, is that a... Oh, okay. We got a proxy. Dude, I'm gonna kill a fucking dragon. Dance party based. Oh, here they are. Green dragons, which one? Yeah. It's called blue dragon. Killed his ass. Boom. There you go. And I looted his fucking corpse too. That's crazy. That was lame, you're lame. Okay. I'm watching the game now. Suncat flash barriering away will still fall. Ekot's trying to flash Q the Shaco to get Lexi out, but to no avail. Gets himself out though. At the same time, Lin not quite picking up the kill onto Pierre. Nice flash Ghost out. But that's a denied proxy. I want to see you, Andy, Gabe, Pew go team up and kill a big boss. What about Luca? Just forgetting him? It's crazy. I'm not really boss build though, that's the thing. The 5-man mole? Yeah, we had the 5-man mole going for a bit. But now they're all like way higher combat than I am. I'm not really a combat guy. But Gabe and Luca are pretty boss build. So I'm sure they could stream some of that. Okay. Okay. Not much has happened. Oh, something happened. Low-key, decently even trade because of that Leona W just giving so much resistances. And Pierre will execute. Not sure if that was intentional or minion block, but he did get the wave, so if it wasn't intentional, it worked out very well. And if it was intentional, it was kind of baller. Shoma does not get hit by that. Pierre almost finds the kill on the dark one there with his poison, but not quite. You may force to TP back to lane here. Is Shioma hitting him with the fucking outplay button and the flash? Recklets will die there, already picking up that kill. Suncat trying to get something in return for it. If Lin hits one of these Qs onto either of them, might be a kill. And he does land it. Oh, and it's so close. You hate to see it. The clown coming in. You may miss Charm, but does quite a lot of damage in that full combo. And Malzahar no flash ults, that is extremely abusable. Bear once again kind of just messing with people in the top lane. That's what he's good at, for sure. Has to respect this Garen ult though. Doesn't. Honestly, really well played of Dark One to click R onto Pierre so that immediately when he walks in range, he just dies. And Pierre tried to outplay that by flash E-ing, but Dark One had it on lock. Yeah, that might be the most mechanical play on Garen that I've ever seen. Ooh, Leona all on point. Suncat having to flash away from that. Sinner Root will come down and that should be a dead Suncat. Already getting the shutdown onto their jungler is really important before this Drake fully dies. Not sure how the bot side of this play is going, but Dragon about half HP. If all the red team converges here, they should be able to get it. And yeah, that's just going to be theirs. Dark One at the same time going for these grubs. They're getting both objectives. He's running the fuck away, but probably is just going to die here with the flip. And Pierre's now looking for him. Oh, how the turntables. It's gonna picking up static shiv for stardom. I think that rework patch thing has gone through. Maybe. We'll look at it. I think so. There's a lot of shit happening underneath mid tier 1, but red side not really getting able to get anything out of it, unfortunately. But the gold this game looking quite more even than last, which is hopeful, maybe indicative of a more even game. Nero is a little far forward here. Flashes, but still should die here. Well played from Recklats to capitalize on Leona not being quite in lane. Little skirmish in the top lane. And that's a dead Ahri. Outplayed by stealth and R button. Hate to see it. Oh, Recklats looking for the engage, but we'll get stopped by Hardy. And this front to back seems to benefit the Kerfuffles a little bit better. Who's playing in this game? Like the teams, you mean? It is Twinkle and the Kerfuffles, but Twinkle's not here, and they only have half of the original Kerfuffles, so it's just half the Kerfuffles versus Hmong mentality. And they have Bibu subbed out for Pierre on Hmong mentality. Well, that clone putting in a lot of work, almost leading to the death of Lin, but he has redemption. Not as close as I thought. And for those who may have not seen Game 1, the score is 1-0 in favor of Hmong mentality. Recklats looking for blood, but Pierre doing what Pierre is best at, which is being a menace under their towers. Gold's still pretty even, which is also still much better than last game. Seems like Suncat might die here. Nice flash. And Hardy will pick that up. And yeah, Hardy has to flash away as the wave is dead. We're all not the worst. Then realizes Chico is there. Jake actually getting caught out and will fall. Hardy not quite landing the ult as the person there was dead. And this is a winning fight for red side. Quite hard. That's a nice roam from Dark One. It's not 2 dragons. Pretty even gold. We got a game on our hands. Dark One TPing top lane. I would have liked to have seen him do that a lot sooner, maybe like right after the play, but maybe it wasn't up. I wasn't looking. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Sure, I'm going a little bit wide. You may really not able to walk back to her own tower, which feels pretty bad here. Has to just ult over the wall. Pierre getting a nice flash engage over the wall. Counter engage, rather. Suncat's here, though. Able to DPS Pierre, but not quite enough. Especially with the boys converging. Dark One still has ult here. Daddy or Hardy might be in a little bit of danger, but once again has the boys converging. Ooh, I don't think Hardy wanted that. I think he knew he didn't want it right when he threw it out too. And this should be a dead Hardy, maybe even a dead Pierre as well. As they kind of overstayed their welcome. At this point in the game, the death timer is just so short. It's hard to really capitalize much more than the neutral objectives. But that being said, still a very Hmong mentality sided fight overall. Peak stream watching is just seeing Ivern wait for a camp to charge and then walk away. Very entertaining. Niklot's getting a nice flash ult, forcing Nero's flash and killing the Malzahar. Bunyan Bandit might fall here, and they picked the right one. Despite what I thought was a pretty good script. But the clone also putting in work, and that will just be... Oh! Wait, no, Garen! Oh my god! Dark One getting the pentakill! And that's my fucking goat. That's the Kerfuffle, bro. He put the Kerfuffle in Twinkle and the Kerfuffles. No one was expecting that one. In fact, let's go and watch that one back. What the fuck even happened? I thought he was dead. So a random fight. Just getting a pick. He's on Shioma. Not taking any damage yet. He targets the right clone. And he's spinning on top of Pierre. And he just fucking spins some more, bro. He's spinning all over the place. Holy. That's my fucking goat. Speed this shit up. He's full health. Still hasn't reset from his pentakill, by the way. He's just fucking on the map. Maybe slow it down a little bit. Things are happening. Dude, he wants more. This is crazy. Wait, he doesn't even die though. They're fucking tower diving. Oh, he does fall. Just barely. He had so much gold to spend. He's getting a full item here. Almost IE. He needs like 100 more gold. Karen is not OP. You're right. Oh, Recklet's barely picking up that kill. Suncat might have, unfortunately, killed herself there walking into the poison. I know the feeling of Pierre pinging like everything they used after just barely killing him. Peak stream experience once again. Guess I could speed it up again so we get to live. Sun Cat. Here, being a menace once again. Eve's with a nice alt charm for the kill onto Shioma. None of Red Side says we should chase the Singed, which is a pretty good assessment. And they opt to start the Baron instead, but that might be a little tough. Their health bars are just slowly getting whittled down. Blue side isn't really forced to do anything here. And unfortunately, no Daisy, no Redemption. This is getting pretty difficult. And Shioma's respawning now, has a TP. So, blue side might go ahead and look for this Baron instead. Dark One says, I want to kill this fucker again. Doesn't quite get it. He's feeling himself after that pentakill. Rightfully so. Justice. Holy. Pierre did not think that shit was warded. I wouldn't have either. Like, why is there a ward there? And there goes another person trying to recall. Lynn queuing onto the Shaco trap. Jake not phased one bit. Just channels the recall. It's pretty funny. Yeah. I don't know who's on the MF Rec League. Probably Joe typing that. Just based off the comment. It's gotta be Joe. I'll have to pull up the clip. Yeah, it's Joe. Yeah, it's Joe. Hmong mentality, probably just gonna get this Baron uncontested here. Cool. Dark One getting a little low on health, but we've seen him in this position before. Never mind. This is the clip.
From a scale of 9 to 10, how autistic do you consider yourself?
Justice.
Oh God.
The text to speech is so perfect in that too. Oh wait, he just doesn't respond to it or address it at all. half the Kerfuffles trying to get a little bit priority onto this dragon, as that is kind of their win con here. Pure crop dust in them. And that's not Bubba Shaco, that's Jake Shaco. Able to steal away that dragon, which feels a little bit bad, but at the same time, the fight is not going awfully for half the Kerfuffles. Not going great, but could be worse. Maybe. No, never mind. Never mind. I stand corrected. Yeah, this one's getting a little tough now for half the Kerfuffles. But at this point in the game, last game, they were like down 12k gold. Now it's only 5k, so like, that's improvement. And despite that red trinket from Reklots, they just could not quite see Jake in time as he proactively queued forward, knowing that was coming. It's going to be the bot lane dead, which is more than likely going to turn into Dark One also going down. Maybe not, has a nice flash to get away. But either way, they're kind of knocking on the door of half the Kerfuffles. Jake said, fuck that noise, I'm farming jungle. Malzahar onto the threat. Does not quite burst him down, unfortunately. And blue side is just going to walk away. Hardy should fall here, but not useless as they are fighting on the other side of the map as well. Dark One almost getting that Garanol Justice onto Nero. Eve's doing a lot of damage too. Not quite finding a kill, unfortunately. Really sad to see. But they are all extremely low. And we'll try and get a reset off for this Baron. Jake canceling it to hunt someone. Could be the right decision, could be pretty bad. Seems like the right decision with how it turned out, but if he died there before Baron, not ideal. Yeah, Alexia is having a fun time into this AD Assassin. Do we think someone hits 20 deaths this game? Our closest is 12. I don't think we're getting close to 20. Like, I don't think we're getting above 16. Personally. That's like generous. I would be surprised if the game doesn't end off this Baron. But we'll see. Jake is kind of the point where he just runs around and kills any squishy champ he wants, so if that happens 8 more times, could happen. Oh, Lin finding that Q, but Bunny Bandit able to just walk it out with his own Q. And that's going to be a dead dark one. Never mind. Never mind, it is. And this is a hard losing fight for half the Kerfuffles, unfortunately. And that's just going to be, yeah, they're pinging to end mid. And that should be the game. No 20 deaths. They didn't even need Baron. Yeah, it's just a very clean team fight wrap up out of Hmong mentality. A little bit of BM, Jake hitting the 20 kill. No hubris equals noob Shaco. You tell him. Oh, inhib. They're stalling. They got time. Roll up in 5. Oh, they're fountain diving. Maybe? No. GG. That will be Hmong mentality 2-0 over Twinkle and no Twinkle and half the Kerfuffles. Dark one with most damage in the game, by the way. Okay. I mean, I'd give MVP to Shaco that game. Game before, I think you could make an argument like Pierre played very well, but he was a sub. Shioma played very well, getting a lot of important Orianna ults. And then Nero also played extremely well on that Jhin. So I think there's an argument for a lot of people for MVP here. So really just whoever wants to hop in. Get some quick talks going before we wrap it up. Get the gameplay back on what we want. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what up?
Hello.
How we doing?
Doing pretty good, especially after coming back from volleyball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was looking 30 minutes late.
Yeah, it happens. I've been there. So given that you were a little rushing back, did you have much in mind going into the series, or were you just kind of like, gotta show up and play some League of Legends today?
Yeah, it was just kind of like, I'm just gonna show up and play League, and I mean, I don't know, I haven't been playing League at all, but,
Yeah.
I was just out with Scraggy05, or I guess Mukasol, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
just asked him, like, yo, what champion should I play? Because Jake in the last interview said I'm 4 for 4 for champions, but I'm actually 5 for 5 for champions because I did sub in for Fitz's team to
Oh,
play
shit.
Smolder. And so I was like, I should just play other champions than just play, champions I already know how to play. And so that's the only thing I came in with. But other than that, I didn't know what else I was gonna be doing.
Yeah, no scouting or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty based. So let's see. Some other good questions. Were you, I guess, like, were you confident that you're just gonna, like, win after, like, I guess at what point, game 1, were you confident that you were just running away with the game? Because you had pretty nasty performance on that Jhin. Lots of kills, not many deaths, lots of damage, the works.
Um. A lot of the times it's whenever I do notice whenever like I think I'm gonna run the game a lot is when I just start stepping up like crazy. Um, and I think you can see it. I think around when I get Hex Optics or something, and I 1v1 Lexi with Hardy landing that nasty hook on Lexi.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I started realizing like, yeah, I'm just gonna run this game here because I felt pretty confident.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. And then there's a play you said, let's not talk about it immediately after. But I thought you played that play well. Like there's the Jhin ult afterwards that was a little tough. But like before that, you dodged like 4 skill shots in a row and then found a kill, and then like got out like unharmed. So I thought you played that extremely well. But why are you saying let's not talk about it?
Did I say that in the Jhin game? I think he
Yeah.
said that in the center game.
Oh, was it? I thought that was the Jin, but maybe not.
I know why I said it. It's because um Hardy and I we 2v2 the bot lane, and
Yeah.
then I cleared the wave, but then there's a cannon minion, there's an enemy cannon minion sitting in the middle bush of the lane, and I missed it completely, and I thought you
Oh
had saw
no.
it, and I was like, oh shit, I missed it.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. That's funny. Okay, I'm being told to ask you about the Jin alts.
Oh, oh yikes. Uh, yeah, I whipped a lot of Jin ultis. I don't play that champion.
Hey, it
Uh,
happens. It happens.
yeah, I don't know how to aim it, but you know, I land at least 25%.
Yeah, dude, like
Out of
one out of 4
100%.
could be worse.
Yeah.
If it's the fourth
Yeah.
one, that's like all you can ask for, you know.
Yeah. Actually, I can't land the fourth one. I can only land the second one.
Speaking as a person that has played Jin a decent amount, that shit's hard to hit, you know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then I guess penultimate question I have for you is who would you give honorable MVP to? And there is a correct answer.
The correct answer? Oh. I would say Daddy. Okay.
Oh yeah.
He
Oh yeah.
Bro, when he came mid and I was ready to tier 1, Jake had said that the Olaf might be here. Bro shows up and just starts running me, and I'm like, God fucking damn it. And then his game, he was putting a lot of pressure on me. And so at one point I think I had to like flash away from him because I was like really unsure if he was gonna just get right on top of me and ulti me. But yeah, no, Daddy played a really good Olaf in the Garen game.
Yeah, got a pentakill too. Sick
Oh,
nasty on it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then one added question in between the last question. That one is, do you want to glaze your jungler for that Shaco performance?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's actually if you listen to her comms, it's like inaudible. Like you can't even listen to what's happening because everybody's screaming. Shioma is screaming. Jake is screaming. I'm screaming. Like you can't hear anything.
Dude, that's how you know the vibes are good. That's the rec
Oh
league
yeah.
team you want to be on. That's
Oh
funny.
yeah. Jake has been
March.
making this rec league really fun and enjoyable, especially with I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, he just makes the rec league really fun, and so especially with those like inaudible you can't even listen.
It's good to hear. Okay, and then my last question here I have before we leave is there anything you want to say to like a future team you're playing or like the rec league in general, like any words of advice or shit talk, light trash talk maybe that you want to give?
I get I don't know if you could consider it trash talk, but yeah, keep banning Talon and Aphelios.
We will,
It's
don't
a
worry.
waste. Yeah,
We will.
just keep doing it. Just keep doing it, man. Just keep doing it.
Alright, well, with that we will wrap up here. Tune in for the RS3 stream afterwards. But thank you all for watching, and that's all, folks.